Hey guys, welcome to another video for the Xiaomi Redmi K20 Pro. Now, I believe if you saw yesterday's live stream, I did go to the stock ROM of the European firmware or the European version of K20 Pro, which is also known as the Mi 90 Pro. The only differences that I have observed is that particular device has NFC, that is near field communication, but the Indian version doesn't have. But when I actually looked at the software, there are quite a lot of changes and I thought I should definitely make a video along with the download link, and if you guys are interested, later I can make a video of how to install it as well. But in today's video, I'm going to share with you my initial 24-hour impressions. We are going to see the launcher, we are going to see the animations, and we're going to talk about the performance that we received yesterday. But before we get into all of that, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. In the description of each video, you will find a link to our Telegram community where you can have group discussion and get a lot of updates about exclusive stuff that I only post over there. Last but not the least, if you think the hard work is worth the effort, please click on the join button and become a premium member. Now, without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to Smartphone Tutorials. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. So kicking things off, the first thing that we can of course check is, let's go to settings, let's go to about phone. Now you will see that it does say it is MIUI global 12.0.4 stable. Now that is the keyword over here. This is the latest update, comes with a Jan security patch and Android 10. Now that is something that is pretty similar to the Indian version. So let's start talking about the dissimilarities, if you will. So first things first, if you press and hold over here and go to settings, more, you will see that it is the system launcher, and this particular indicator at the bottom signifies that this is not the POCO launcher. You do have an option of global icon animations. That means that this is working. Android 10 gestures are working absolutely fine, and the launcher that you get is not the POCO launcher. Moving on, if you swipe to the left, you will notice that the app vault is something different. You do get the news feed, just like something that I saw in MIUI 12.5 beta. Now, apart from this, what I would like to share over here is have a look at the app animation. You see that? So the app animations are working beautifully over here. That is not that you would find in the Indian version of the ROM. All the other things are, more or less the same. If you go to the security applications, it's pretty similar. You do have the standard game turbo, and say if you go to settings from here and if you go to display, you do have the dark mode 3.0. So the good thing about this particular update is performance is great, the animations are there, Android 10 gestures are there. Another thing is the dialer and the messages are from Google. They are not the MIUI dialer which has built-in call recording. I mean, even this has built-in call recording, but it will give you a prompt as per the European law every time you record someone's call that this call is being recorded. So, those are the fundamental changes. There might be a few more changes here and there, but the main reason why I'm making this particular video is the performance, because if you don't believe me, you can actually go ahead and check yesterday's live stream. I was playing PUBG Mobile on the live stream for 2 hours and 10 minutes on HDR Extreme. I did a Senhawk bootcamp drop test, and the lowest FPS I saw was I think 48 or 49. It was completely lag free. The device was not overheating. In fact, on a stock ROM, first time I saw a kernel push the device to 75 degrees Celsius. Now you would tell me that's hot. That's not really hot. I mean, processors can do 90-95 degrees. That's where their TDP ceiling is. But 75 degrees, that means this particular ROM and kernel are giving you the complete performance that a 855 has to offer, and that goes in line with the score that we see over here. We are looking at 720 single core and 2590 multi-core. Now, if you skip a few days back and look at my review of Resurrection Remix 8.6.6, if I'm not wrong, that ROM scored somewhere around 740 single core and 2700 or 2600 and something multi-core. Now this is a stock ROM. I just flashed the recovery ROM. I don't have TWRP, I don't have root access, no custom kernel, nothing. So if you actually have a ROM which is stock MIUI and it is performing so close to a custom ROM, Well, it clearly signifies one thing, that Xiaomi definitely has the talent and the team who can give you brilliant performance. Maybe the laws in Europe are much more stricter as far as the software distribution is concerned. That is the reason they are giving good quality software over there. But the best part here is this is something that is compatible with your phone. It is not going to harm, break or damage your device. If you have an unlocked bootloader, install TWRP, flash this phone, forget it. You will get OTA updates, because when you flash this ROM and reboot, automatically MIUI will overwrite your TWRP recovery with stock recovery, and then you will be eligible for OTA updates as well. Now, in this entire process, honestly, I have not noticed a deal breaker or something that should, signify that I should not use this or this ROM will create any problems. As you can see, all the options are also there. So the camera features are there, the call features are there, the ROM runs smooth, game turbo works fine. The battery life is pretty decent. I'm using my secondary SIM card in this particular phone. As you can see, if you talk about the battery usage stats, there you go. So the standby drain and all the other things, PUBG Mobile, I played for 2 hours 10 minutes yesterday and we still had like 20% battery. So that tells me you can easily go more than 3 hours of gameplay if you are not going to wirelessly cast your phone to your PC. So all in all, what I have to say is that it doesn't make any sense going over the features, because the features are more or less the same, just like the Indian MIUI. But what is highlight over here is you get the system launcher, you get Android 10 gestures, you get much better performance and icon animations. So, if you want to be at peace of mind of being on stock software, just go ahead and flash it and you should be good to go. So let me know in the comment section, how did you find this video? Okay, I might do a speed test this ROM versus the Indian ROM in the future, and if you're interested in seeing how to install it, let me know. I can make a video for that as well. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at Smartphone Tutorials. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.